I thought the guy that was celebrating the baby shower was letting firecrackers go for the baby shower. I didn't know it was gunshots until I seen everybody else start running.
When did you realize you'd actually been shot?
After I broke my femur trying to run. So it hit and it broke the femur, but not completely. So I'm the one that broke it completely trying to run. Then I get another shot. Then I know, okay, this is serious. Then I think I'm gonna die at this moment. Like, I think death is coming.
To this day, Michael Fenty doesn't know who shot him in both legs. That's why he doesn't feel comfortable showing his face. What he does know, he wasn't the intended target.
I got fragments left in my left leg. I got a metal rod going through my femur, 3 screws in my knee, 3 screws in my hip. I got nerve damage in my left leg. My sciatic nerve is messed up. My tibia is broken.
Did someone sit down and talk to you and say, hey, this is what your life is going to be like, or this is what is going to be?
No help for mental, no help for physical. I had to take care of myself. Rehab, therapy, I had to pay for that myself. Nobody came here to say, hey, this is a program that you can take, get help with whatever you're coping or going through. Like,
Fenty is not alone. Many gunshot victims of color have a similar story. A short, intense stay in hospital, then discharged with little or no supports. Some studies estimate Ontario spends 30% less on mental health care for racialized populations than for white patients.
Both men were found without vital signs when police arrived at a birthday barbecue underway for a female. She was shot in the torso and taken to a trauma center in critical condition.
I didn't even know I was really shot until after I woke up from surgery. I learned that I wouldn't walk again.
Good.
Rochelle Lewis struggles to get to rehab twice a week.
Bring your left forward, good.
A single bullet left her paralyzed on her 28th birthday.
I know it wasn't going to be easy, especially living on my own, but I have to fend for myself.
Nice and slow. Wait.
There is no financial help with physiotherapy, which comes to my surprise. Like,
You're dropping that one hand. Good. Good.
So what do we do after that? Like, what if there are people out there that cannot afford? Like, I max out my credit cards every month to pay for this.
3. Good. Get nice and tall.
If I don't go to physio, you could only imagine that I do not get out of bed. And I don't like that because then everything else gets to me. My mental health gets to me.
So I respond to crisis. So when there's a shooting, I get in my car and I go.
Reverend Sky Starr knows firsthand how little support gunshot victims of color receive. She travels around Toronto offering counseling for gunshot victims. She's a trained therapist who does this on her own time because she says no one else does.
There's no post-care. There's nothing that's available to say, oh, I know I can go there. If I'm in a crisis in the middle of the night, people call me. Reverend Sky, I'm at this bridge, I'm here, and I'm thinking, oh, good God. This is what happens.
Sky says when gunshot victims don't get the help they need, the frustration builds, and they're more likely to continue the cycle of violence.
They get suicidal. They have all these pent-up emotions. Of course the cycle is going to continue because they're not getting the care that they need. Nobody's addressing it.
Got fired from 2 jobs because of my injuries. So they cut me off and I couldn't pay for therapy anymore. I almost got kicked out of this house. My credit card bills are up. I'm in debt because I couldn't work, because I didn't have an income coming in. If I didn't have a good landlord, I'd probably be homeless.
For Michael Fenty, if it wasn't for the birth of his daughter 18 months ago, he says he would have given up. She's given him the strength to psychologically move past being shot.
That's my motivation right there, that little girl. Like, I go through all this pain, no problem. I'll go to work. I'm not gonna let this stop me. Like, I survived it, thank God. So I gotta let this be my motivation to go forward now.
His hope that by speaking out, others won't have to suffer in silence, the same way he did. Farah Morelli, CBC News, Toronto.